Hello everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Flux Pro. So if you're familiar with Flux Mini or the other Flux, which is also free, you're going to be fairly familiar with this, but you can kind of times it by 3 and then add a ton more stuff. So this is absolutely, it's just epic. It's epic modulation on an epic scale. It's what this can do is really bring anything you feed into it just to life. It's great. So we're going to start with some very, very basic stuff, right? So getting into the tutorial side of it. But let's take, for instance, this manon, okay, like this, and let's switch on all these. And let's start to create some drones. Okay, so that's nicely droning away in the background. I'd like to say hello to everybody who's here in the chat as well. Welcome. And also hi to David from Caelum Audio. Thanks for joining the stream. Hi Lee. Hi. Hello Joe. And Lassaloo, hi Kenny, hi Stephen, hi Marcus, hi Wall, anyone else who's in the chat, hello. Alright, so let's add in a Flux Pro, and immediately we've got some movement going on. Now, understanding how Flux Pro works is... Oh, you're welcome. It's great. Understanding how Flux Pro works basically is key for you to be able to do some very, very cool stuff. Okay, so if we open it up, and let's open it up full screen. Let's turn that down a little bit more. At the moment, you can hear that Manana K is following this shape here on envelope A. Now you have 3 envelopes, okay? And on envelope B and envelope C, there is nothing yet been fed into it, into Manana K. And the only thing we have at the moment, you see this is an initial patch. The only thing we have at the moment is a filter, one filter. The second slot is empty, the third slot and the fourth slot are empty. So you can have 4 effects running at the same time, and then you can send any of these 3 envelopes to those effects however you like, which creates incredible modulation possibilities. Okay, so you can hear at the moment we've just got this sine, this basically is a sine wave shape. And if we turn up Manana K a little bit, you'll start to get an idea just with this very basic shape how this works, right? So here, the cutoff, if I double tap that, is basically closed. If I open the cutoff up, now you don't need to use the modulation, and this is why it's like a multi-effects as well. You do not need to use the modulation, you can just use the effects. So if I open up the cutoff, it will just be a filter. So if we say set the cutoff to around there, this below is the percentage of which you're going to blend in this modulation envelope, this curve here. Okay, so listen. And we've got negative and positive values as well. Once you get this concept in your head, you're going to be good to go for all sorts of cool stuff. And like I said, just dealing with the filter. If we open up the effects slot here, you have filter 1, filter 2, and then different types of filter. There are lots of filters, by the way. Basic filters, you have ladder filters, formant filters. Now you also have, before I go any further, you also have a general mix, okay? So you can also modulate the general mix as well, but if we turn this down, all you're now hearing is monononake. Leave that up full. I think this part is something to do with the timing as well, so I'm not like completely total genius with it, but you know, you'll get the idea. So for the let's put this back onto a low pass. And let's have the filter modulate quite a lot. Let's open the volume up a bit from an on, okay? And let's have a play around with the graph. So this first graph, this first one, this is to do with we're not sending anything to this second one. You can see everything's on 0, and the red represents the first one, and C is on 0 as well. So just looking at graph A here, if we pick up a point, we can move it around. The little points in between are the curve, like you can go linear, exponential, logarithmic, between points. If you double tap anywhere, you will add a point. This is the speed, and you can go up to 32 bars of length across this curve, which, if you think about it, will give you some absolutely brilliant evolving textures over time. Or we can switch sync off and go up to 10 seconds. We can pan, and you'll hear it all because we're on full mix. So you can just pan the modulation a little bit if you want to. These buttons here will affect how this behaves, so and then we can, or we can just take it out completely, and we've just got one point in and a curve. Let's add another point, or let's do something else. Down here you will see you have different shapes. You have some side chaining shapes, miscellaneous shapes here. Use the shapes which I have none. So looking at the basic shapes, we can invert any of the shapes like this, or we can invert them sideways. So if we look at the sine, and if we want to invert that as well. So for instance, if we take, say, this shape, we can pick it up and drop it anywhere we like. Now we can increase the size, so across the full range would be this. And then we can put some resonance in. And this is just one effect. You have 4 effects you can use at the same time and control them independently between layers. So at the moment we've got this very slow ramp. We can even slow it down. Let's close our filter down full, and it'll open up full. And again, we can use the center point here to control the curve. So like exponential or logarithmic. Or linear, if you like. this is very cool. Now, what I'm going to explain to you now, and this will make more sense, right? So we go to B, and you'll see this is moving really fast. The cutoff is all the way down, so I'm going to increase the percentage that the shape is going to affect the cutoff. Okay, the filter on envelope 2. And we can just drop in another shape anytime we like, or we can sort of double that up. And because A is slowly climbing, and this is just using a filter. Let's bring in, say, well, actually, let's decrease the amount of this one, so it's not quite positive, I think. And if anytime you want to go, oh, well, I want to spice things up a little bit here, I'll drop another shape in. If we choose, say, I don't know, this one maybe. Just pick it up and stick it anywhere we like. Now you'll see the little grayed out area will get bigger as you move it around, or smaller as. Let's just put it here, shall we? Awesome stuff. So I'm going to just lower this down a little bit and I'll show you some very cool stuff. Let's switch on this very basic pattern and let's initialize this again. And with this one, let's open up the cutoff. And I'm going to go to pattern 2 here. Now you see this is going really fast. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to drop in, just turn this down a little bit for you. We're going to drop in this shape to start with, this one here, which is a basic ramp. And I'm going to try and get it across the whole shape like this. So it's going from, but you'll see it's moving very, very fast at the moment. And I'm applying it to nothing. So what I'm going to do is slow it down across 2 bars. Okay, now again, I'm not applying this to the cutoff, but if I did, it would be like that. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the second effect section and I'm going to put in a delay. And what I'm going to do is have this control the delay. Okay, so sorry, I've opened another filter there. I'm going to go with delay. Now you'll see at the moment it's all been delayed because we can use it just as an effect. You'll see down here the percentages are all 0. That means that the envelope on the graph is having 0 effect on this. It doesn't matter, it's just a delay. Okay, so shape back in, shall I? Turn the mix down. So all you're hearing is this. I'll open the cutoff up a bit. In fact, I'll take it off envelope A. And this time, let's put the mix up, but use the percentage controls at the bottom of the envelope. And what will happen is, in fact, let's do it even slower. Let's do it over, say, 4 bars. And let's set the time. Check this. How cool is that? To me, this is it's just awesome. Now, if you want to hear less of the effect, of course, you just dial back the, and you'll get a blend. Or we want to adjust the curve, maybe to exponential or maybe logarithmic. We can also adjust the feedback as it goes up. What's really cool is adjusting the timing. So slower to faster. Let's set that back to 0 and maybe affect the feedback over time in a positive manner. Let's bring back in some of this first one. Well, let's play with the shape. Let's go with, say, maybe this, and then put this one here. And then maybe that one ball. Let's bring it in. Slow it down to 1/16 maybe. Speed it up, sorry. Maybe reduce the mix a little bit on that. And maybe go to the second envelope and maybe reduce the mix of the feedback a little bit. Let's look at envelope C now. Let's bring in another effect. So the same applies again. I can bring in amounts that will be related to this envelope to open this up. So we can turn off an effect. Let's open up the effect, see what we've got here. Delay fixed is an interesting one. We have width, phaser, chorus, flanger. Now, you'll hear it immediately. You'll hear it immediately because when you open up an effect, some of it will already be mixed in. And this is important to remember that you can use this just as an effect. If all your percentage points below this effect or this effect, if they are set to 0%, they will the envelope here that you've drawn in will not affect the sound. It will just be the chorus or the flanger. So for example, with this drums, all you're hearing is the chorus flanger. That's it. If we set the mix to 0, you're not hearing anything. But now we can use this to control this. So let's put the mix up. Maybe drop in another shape again. Really small. Let's add a couple of points in. And now, if we want, we can bring in our other ones. Switch them back on. endless fun. Okay. So let's reset. And this will be now being let's try the delay fixed. Let's turn the mix down. Let's go to B. Let's turn the mix up here. I'm going to add in a different shape, or I'm going to double up on shape, so, and slow it down. I'm going to go back to A and yeah. Go back to B. Now, this is a really good. We have different graphs that we can use for the delay fixed. Oh, thanks, David. Bless you. Thank you very, very much. It's most appreciated. It really is. Thank you. Let's see what can we do. Let's add another effect, shall we? For I mean, we can blend in any of these. So we could put the filter on this as well, of course. Turn the filters up. We can turn effects on and off as we like. So this second one is empty. Let's add in maybe a delay. Again, remember, but let's go to C now, graph C, this one. And let's go to maybe a miscellaneous. Let's see what we've got going on there. This is nice. Right. This is kind of, right, if we choose to swap them around, you'll see, and then we can invert them as well. So let's swap them around or invert, and let's have maybe this one. So let's pick this one up again here, just drag it over. Now you'll see that by moving your finger down, you'll decrease the size of the thing that you're going to drop into the graph. By opening it, you can kind of just put it all over the whole thing like this. And now with the delay, let's push, that would just be the delay on, of course, remember. If we push the mix up now, you'll hear, and then of course we can slow it down again. And what we can also do is we can just mess around as much as you like. And of course you can also, we've got another one that's empty, so let's open that. Let's drop in maybe a rate modulation. Let's turn see what it does. Okay, let's turn that down and add some to this. on this one, on the keyboard, let's turn one on a K down. So we've got this pad sound from Synth Master 2. Let's go with an init. Let's take. So very gentle undulating things just on one chord, basic straightforward chord. Like I said, the key to this is the shapes, all the shapes that you want to draw. It's absolutely brilliant because you've got so much control over the effect. And like I said, you do not need to use the graph, the graph part of this to make the effect. All your mix stuff is down here. Depends on the amount that you apply. And remember, some of the cool features, I mean, this thing here. And the ability to then just take any shape you like and let's just drop it in, you know. Stick it anywhere you like. Now, I'm not going to show this tonight, but you can also send out the information here via Midi, so you can send this out to control other synthesizers as well. It's also AUv3 multi-out, if that's your thing. Alright, now it also comes with tons and tons of presets for you to play with as well to get going. So let's have a listen to some of the presets. We'll listen to some of them on drums, for instance. Let's go, maybe you've got some stuff. So you've got drums, bass, drums, guitar, keys, resampling, synth, vocals, and then simple. Because you don't always want to go bonkers, dear. And the temptation, of course, with Flux Pro is with all its modulation capabilities, all its envelopes, all its effects. So you're modulating the effects, by the way, in Flux. This is what your graphs are doing. With all these effects, the temptation is to go crackers, but you don't always want to do that. Well, not at the beginning, anyway. So let's choose some drum patches. So Cat on Deck. This is one of the patches for the drums. So let's just start off Hammerhead. Let's choose the pattern just to get a bit more interesting. Let's listen to a few of these patches, shall we? To see if what Flux is actually doing. This is just epic. So like, we've got now envelope B, just slowly opening the cutoff. Let's do the resonance as well. brilliant. You can actually, it's like drawing the sound. Guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening, where we took a look at Flux Pro from Caelum Audio. Brilliant! It'll bring your music to life. But it's just the drawing in of the sound. It's just absolutely lush. And like I said, we had a few extreme examples here, of course. You can go as extreme or as calm as you like. But the fact that you've got so much modulation control over 3 different envelopes, and you can just use all these effects and route whatever you want, anywhere you want, it's just absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it is. I think it is on sale for a little bit, isn't it? I think for a few days or something. But yeah, I mean, you've got to be fair, guys, because they did release the first 2 of these. They're Flux Mini, and then there's Flux Mini 2, were completely free. But I think you'll agree that, I mean, you get so much stuff with this. Guys, listen, I'll let you say ta-ra to each other for a couple of minutes, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you so very much for joining me. Bless you all, and I will see you all very soon. Don't forget, there's still time to super chat, super sticker, and if you're watching later, super thanks. But yeah, brilliant. I'll see you guys later. Ta-ra.